Hey guys, this is that album reviewer guy here, who just got out of the shower. That's why I look like this. Obviously, if you can tell, my hair is wet. Who cares though? The point is, I'm obviously here with another album review. Now, this one, a bit confused on the release date due to the fact that, the band put on their Facebook page it was released on June 24th, but on iTunes it says May 13th. I don't know, but whenever it was released, it doesn't matter. It's available now, so. But I'm reviewing it now. And that album is nothing more as self-titled album. Now, if you've ever heard the song This Is the Time, Ballast, on any rock station, then you've heard of this band, because that's their song. But this is a pretty long album, actually, due to the fact that it's an hour and 8 minutes long, roughly, and it has 17 tracks on it. And, not necessarily a bad thing, but, nothing more. They've been around since 2003, and, they have branded themselves, like literally branded their arms every year that they toured. That's not dedication, I don't know what is. And, their music itself, they put a lot of emotion into the lyrics and the way they're presented, and that's a very good thing when it comes to music. That's all you can ask for, is that the band, just likes what they do, and they put a lot of hard work and effort into it, and that's exactly what Nothing More does. They put a lot of emotion, they put a lot of heart into their music, and it's shown throughout the whole album. And, this album also has quite a few transitions and interludes. The opening song, Ocean Floor, is just an intro to the next song, This Is the Time, Ballast. And there are other songs like that as well, like Geyer, I believe it's pronounced. And, it's perfectly fine. That just adds more to it. This album is also a pretty diverse album, as the band shows their many different sides in this album, with the many different aspects, like the electronic effects and whatnot, that are put into a few of these tracks. And, this album also has magnificent flow. I mean, every song flows into the next one pretty well. And with 17 tracks, that's not very easy to do, because you might hit a snag, but this band and album didn't hit a snag, not at all, not in the least. And again, you want to talk about emotion, there's a lot of it, and that's more present in the song Friendly Fire than, not Friendly Fire, God Went North, than any others. There's a lot of emotion, Friendly Fire too, but God Went North, that's about hard times, death, stuff like that, and a lot of emotion in that one, definitely. And the last song on the album, Pyre, it is the longest track in the album. It's almost 10 minutes long, and it features an extremely long intro for about 3 minutes or so. Then it gets into lines from a philosopher, Alan Watts. There are no really actual lyrics, but in the background, underlying the Alan Watts speech, I guess you could say, are background vocals that say, "Does anyone believe?" And it repeats that for a bit. And there are more instrumentals and whatnot throughout the rest of the track. But even though that it lacks actual lyrics, it really ties the whole album together for me. It's a solid track to end the album with, even though there are no lyrics, really. But it fits the whole concept of the album very well. It's a little hard to explain, but if you've listened to it, I'm sure you can understand what I'm saying. But, you know, they did a good job with this album. They definitely did. I mean, there is a lot of emotion being shown on this album. I can't stress that enough. I mean, you know, if you thought that Beartooth album that I just reviewed had a lot of emotion, check this one out. This has a lot of emotion as well. Favorites on this album? Obviously, I say This Is the Time, Ballast. I mean, the mainstream one. First Punch is another one, Friendly Fire, and God Went North. This album gets a 9 out of 10. It is excellent. Not perfect, because it is long and does drag a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of emotion, a lot of songs, a lot of awesomeness. Check out the album. Well, that's about all I have to say about that. Oh! Before I forget, I have a Facebook page now for That Album Reviewer Guy. So, like my Facebook. You know, request albums, ask me questions that you want me to answer. Like the Facebook page, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Guess that's all I have to say. That Album Reviewer Guy, signing off.